My morning voice. Good morning. How are you? Today I am trying Virginia Woolf's writing routine because a lot of you want to know my writing routine, and my writing routine is chaotic and non-existent at the best of times. I have learned the hard way to honor my creative cycles, which will sometimes look like nice 7 a.m. starts and 6 hours of writing, but sometimes it will look like 10,000 words in 2 days and then no writing for a month. I've tried the whole adhering to a tight, rigid routine kind of thing for my personal writing, but that just doesn't work for me. I can't stick to routine very well. I'm quite intuitive with my creativity. It's cyclical, and I'll have massive waves of it and then I won't have anything at all. So an everyday kind of writing routine thing is hard for me, and so I figured what better way to torture myself and also try and get some writing done and also get some content for you than filming a bunch of writing routines that I struggle with. I admire Virginia Woolf greatly. Greatly. I think she is one of the most incredible writers, an incredible woman, and whether it's via her letters or her journal entries or her fiction works or her essays, she conveys such intense, powerful emotion in such a profound way that I can't compare to many other writers that I've read. She was prone to frequent episodes of madness, which is what she called her frequent mental breakdowns, and when she was in these bouts of madness she could not get any writing done at all whatsoever. But when she was not in these bouts of madness, apparently she had the regularity of a stockbroker when approaching her work. Her writing routine was disciplined, it was compartmentalized and very structured, something I struggle with. This is strangely actually the perfect time to segue into this video's sponsor, Aura. So Aura is the new all-in-one app for mental wellness and sleep. Aura has won Best of Apple, and over 7 million people choose Aura every day to find peace. I think that speaks for itself. It provides the world's largest mental wellness content library and community. I am so grateful this app exists and it found me at the right time, because trying to get back into this routine of writing so intensely is having a toll on my mental health and my burnout and all of these things that come along with being creative all of the time. I find most meditation apps to offer this kind of one-size-fits-all content that I struggle with, maybe because of my ADHD, maybe because of who I am as a person, but Aura partners with hundreds of coaches and therapists worldwide to facilitate an extensive selection of not just meditation, but stories and sleep tracks and breathwork and coaching and a bunch more. I know we can all relate to that feeling of just general overstimulation from being alive, but I found Aura's recommendations to be super personalized and insightful. I'm glad that I could partner with Aura for this video, and you can get started completely for free if you follow the special link in my description box that takes you to their website. The first 500 people to follow this link will get a free trial, of course, but also an extra 25% off if you love Aura and decide to stick around. Huge thank you to Aura for sponsoring this video and making it possible for me to be able to do these kind of writing experiment videos and stay sane. Without further ado, let's get writing. So I'm now going to work from 9:30 to 12-ish. It is 9:21. I need to stop. It's 12:23 and Virginia Woolf would stop at around 12 and have lunch. My biggest struggle with set kind of writing routines and these rigid placements of time is that with my personal routines, if you will, is when I'm particularly inspired or on a good streak, I won't stop until I can't write anymore. And so the fact that I've just written for about 3.5, 4 hours and now I have to stop whilst I'm still on a pretty good streak and go have lunch, I'm not even hungry by the way, feels a bit I feel a bit defeated by that, and I wonder if I'm going to be able to drop into the same headspace as earlier when I come back to writing after lunch. So this is an experiment, let's see. I was on a really good writing streak just then because I haven't actually opened up the document to this novel in what, like 6 weeks, the entire time I was touring, so I had to really drop back into that headspace. But after a while of reading aloud and just touching up some things I left, I was able to get back into it pretty easily. And there are some things that I'm stuck on though, so I'll get to those when I do. Let's have some lunch. We are now back to writing. Virginia Woolf said that she used this time post-lunch for revising what she wrote after breakfast. So I'm going to try and edit rather than write more, which is kind of what I was doing anyway. So let's jump back into it. I couldn't find specific timing for this, how long she writes for, but I know that she revises and then has tea and goes for a walk. So I'm just going to edit for a while until I feel like it's time to go for a walk. It's now at a point where if I don't stop writing to go on the walk and have tea, I'm not going to stop. I really thought that Virginia Woolf would have been like us girlies with no concept of moderation, but she seems to have it quite down pat. And I'm forcing myself to stop and leave it where it is and come back to it tomorrow because she doesn't write for the rest of the day now. She has tea, goes for a walk, and then writes letters or writes in her journal, and then she keeps her evenings reserved for leisure, whether it's reading or seeing friends. This is really hard for me, so thank you, Virginia Woolf, for teaching me to try and do the right thing. But I'm content with the progress I've made. I just feel resentful that I can't make more. It is now time to go for my afternoon walk and it looks like it's going to rain outside / might already be raining, but I'm committed to the bit. I don't think this is a historically accurate outfit, but I'm not going for historically accurate. I'm going for contemporary adaptation. I accidentally popped into a thrift store on my walk. I just accidentally walked right into it. It was an accident, officer. I swear I'm innocent, but I bought 4 books and I bet you probably want to know what they are. And also, to my defense, I feel like Virginia Woolf would have done the exact same thing if she were me. The first book I got is Little Women from Louisa May Alcott, and we did this at uni, but I really didn't like it. I think because, you know, when you have to study particular things and it sucks the love out of it. I didn't dislike it, actually. I just didn't love it, and everyone loves it, so I'm gonna give it another go, but in leisurely time, if that makes sense. I also got Jean Rhys's White Sargasso Sea, and I've not read this, and everyone's telling me to read it, so I'm going to read it. It's quite short, actually. It's one of the works of genius of the 20th century, apparently. And then, because I'm a Nabokov girl, I got Nabokov's autobiography revisited called Speak Memory. I've not read this. I didn't even know it existed, so this is really exciting. I've recently found out that Nabokov was kind of insufferable in real life. I read an interview where he was answering all of his favorite authors and authors he dislikes, and his taste is really insufferable. My man. I've already got a copy of Lolita, but this is an annotated Lolita. It's edited and it has a preface and an introduction and notes from Alfred Apple Jr. And this is just basically like a really extended Lolita with lots of notes that help you understand and explain it, which is really helpful because I do want to do a deep dive onto this in some form soon, but I just need to make sure I do it right because it's such a sensitive topic and you need such intense critical thinking for it. So I hope this helps. I just realized how quintessentially English my tea break is. I'm really assimilating now. Look, Mum, I'm English. Next up is writing in a diary or writing letters, so I'm gonna finish the rest of my tea. Okay, lessons learned from today. Things can be done in moderation and still be done and still be efficient and adequate and successful. I had fun and it was very nice and very good and very healthy to experience a normal writing routine that's quite balanced and spaced out. You know, it has time for open windows in London, has time for each meal and has time for a walk and has time for, you know, spending time with loved ones and reading and everything, which is incredible. I need to practice this a lot more, so this has been helpful in a way of getting me onto the right path of doing that because my 24-hour bouts of writing is probably not good. I think my main issue is that I'm not disciplined enough. I can't self-discipline the way that maybe you should have to when you are an artist. Let's try another writing routine next time and see if that works better. It did work today, you know, I got a lot of work done actually. I did so much editing in those, what, like 6 hours total that I wrote, the 3 hours in the morning, the 3 hours post lunch, so it worked. It definitely worked. It was definitely a success. I just had this weird internalized guilt about not continuing when I'm still inspired, so the real test will be tomorrow morning when I open my laptop and try and drop back into that headspace and see if it just comes back again like that instantly. I'm fighting the urge to not open my laptop right now and continue just because I just want to see if I want to do this right, you know, I want to do this correctly. If there is a particular writer that you love and you'd like me to try their routine, if it exists on the internet, on the worldwide interwebs, comment below and I will have a peek and maybe we can make this a fun little series of the writer who completely sucks with self-discipline and moderation, trying some really disciplined and moderated routines. My brain's feeling pretty full, in a good way though, actually. You know what? You know what's good? I don't feel overworked. I always feel like I get massively burnt out and highly strung after my writing sprint, so this is actually feeling good. I feel functional and quite human. Wow, that's shocking. Enjoy your evening or your morning, whatever time it is for you. I love you a lot and thank you for joining me. I'll see you next time. I love you.